the haunted garments. The rain fell relentlessly as I walked down the narrow, winding street that seemed to have slipped through the cracks of time. The shop front was obscured by thick layers of ivy and shadow, and the only sign was an old wooden placard with the faded words "Timeless Treasures" barely visible. Curiosity drove me forward despite the unsettling ambience. The door creaked as I pushed it open, revealing a dimly lit interior filled with the scent of must and forgotten memories. Inside, the store was a maze of ancient furniture, dusty trinkets, and, most intriguingly, a collection of vintage clothing. Each item seemed to hold a story, draped in layers of dust and nostalgia. As I wandered through the aisles, my eyes were drawn to a particular suit hanging in the back corner. It was unlike anything I had seen before. Dark, velvety fabric adorned with intricate embroidery that shimmered faintly in the low light. The suit seemed to call out to me, though I couldn't explain why. I hesitated for a moment but was unable to resist the pull. I decided to try on the suit. As I slipped it on, an unexpected chill ran down my spine. The fabric felt unnervingly cold against my skin, as though it was alive and aware. I shrugged off the sensation, attributing it to the weather, and made my purchase. The shopkeeper's gaze was oddly intense, but I dismissed it as a trick of the light. That night, as I wore the suit for the first time, an oppressive atmosphere settled over my apartment. The air felt heavier, and the shadows seemed to move unnaturally. I tried to ignore the feeling, chalking it up to nerves, but sleep eluded me. The night was filled with disturbing dreams of shadowy figures and unsettling whispers. I woke up in a cold sweat, my heart racing uncontrollably. The next few days were marked by a series of increasingly bizarre occurrences. Whenever I wore the suit, strange things began happening. Objects in my apartment would move on their own, and faint whispers would drift through the air. My friends, who had come over for casual visits, reported feeling inexplicably uneasy, though they couldn't pinpoint the source of their discomfort. Despite my best efforts to dismiss these growing concerns, I couldn't ignore the suit's unsettling influence. One evening, while alone in my apartment, the suit seemed to emanate a menacing energy from the closet, driven by a mix of fear and curiosity. I decided to investigate. I discovered that the suit had a disturbing history. It had once belonged to a man who had disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Local legends spoke of his involvement in dark rituals and a string of unexplained tragedies that had followed him. The suit, it seemed, was a relic of his dark past. To uncover the full extent of its history, I sought out a local historian who specialized in the occult. The historian's eyes widened with concern as they examined the suit and listened to my account. They confirmed my fears. The suit was more than just an old garment. It was a vessel for the malevolent spirit of its previous owner. The dark energy of the suit had been absorbed from the man, and anyone who wore it would become a target of his torment. Desperate to rid myself of the suit, I made several attempts to dispose of it. I threw it away, donated it, and even tried to burn it, but each time, it reappeared in my closet as if by some dark magic. It was clear that the suit had a will of its own, and it was determined to stay with me. As weeks turned into months, the psychological effects of the suit became more pronounced. My once peaceful existence was overshadowed by constant fear and paranoia. The nightmares grew more vivid and terrifying, and I began to question my own sanity. It felt as though the suit was feeding off my fear, growing more powerful with each passing day. I found it increasingly difficult to distinguish between reality and illusion. In a last-ditch effort to escape the suit's grip, I sought the help of a renowned paranormal investigator. The investigator conducted a cleansing ritual in my apartment, hoping to dispel the suit's curse. However, the ritual did not bring the relief I had hoped for. The investigator explained that some curses were too powerful to be entirely broken, and warned me that I might have to endure the suit's influence for the foreseeable future. Despite the cleansing ritual, the suit's malevolent presence persisted. The nightmares continued, and the boundaries between my waking life and dreams became increasingly blurred. My daily life had become a continuous loop of fear and despair, with no apparent escape. The haunted suit remained a constant presence in my life, a chilling reminder of the darkness that had overtaken my existence. I began to fear that sharing my story might be the only way to release myself from the suit's grip. Perhaps, by warning others, I could prevent them from falling victim to the same fate. I often wonder if the suit still lurks in the corners of forgotten thrift stores, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. It seems that some malevolent forces are too entrenched in their darkness to be fully eradicated, and the suit may continue to spread its curse as long as it exists. Reflecting on my ordeal, I realized that the suit was more than just a cursed garment. It was a manifestation of the unseen forces that can invade our lives, altering them in ways we can't fully comprehend. Its influence served as a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. If my story serves as a cautionary tale, then perhaps there is some solace to be found in it. By sharing my experience, I hope to shed light on the darkness and prevent others from falling prey to the same sinister forces that have taken over my life. Sometimes, it is the simplest of objects that harbor the greatest dangers, and the suit's curse is a testament to the unseen terrors that can lie hidden beneath the surface of our everyday lives.